miss that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention. So no, I can't miss that. Moving. MVP, I got the record. I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming. Had to work something because I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears.
Hello, everybody! It's time to get into the game here between Nouns and TeamOne. Nouns up 1-0 after taking a shocking win, 16-13 on Nuke, stunning TeamOne. And, well, TeamOne better hope that this slightly elongated gap here between the maps is enough for them to mentally reset, because they were looking all boom there towards the end. Pressure in towards B early on. It's going to be left to Pacedelo and Mobs to defend here. Well, Pace has already been digged down. Pressure on in a big way. He's eliminated. Mobs trying to fight, but there's nothing doing. Marky the Merciless takes 2. The bomb is down, and this retake, well, it might still get some legs. IDK with a swift quill towards Banana should at least allow them the avenue in to respond. And I'm not giving them a fight. They're not giving them an anything. bwills deleted. IDK and TRK. They're only 2 men, but they've got 4 guns. 3 targets is fine. That's a lot of counting. Oh, no problem for Nouns. IDK makes it interesting, but only so much.
I thought the dualies would do the job there, but even with 30 rounds available, it's just not enough if you're not connecting on the bodies. Nouns pick up the first round.
Oh?
Yes, Nouns pick up the first round. Sorry.
Yes, they did.
I'm getting a little crossed up here. I'm a little tired, Mike.
Sorry,
but it's
okay.
Late,
John.
We're good. I'm here.
It's late. The evening is dragging on.
It's just that delay got a little bit messed up.
Boomed you just a tick.
Yeah.
The force buying in for TeamOne, so they are betting a lot into this. They do have 1 real rifle and 1 little baby scout. See what they can show with this. No kit. 3 players without armor. Drips and drabs of utility, so even as far as force buys go, it's not great. I appreciate the effort on the flash in, but CJ, he was not so blinded out.
No.
IDK, unarmored, on the balcony. What's he gonna get? Nothing. Nothing is the answer, and this round's over. The scout's gonna try and save. They're definitely gonna plant this bomb. Pacedelo's M4, the most valuable thing to go hide.
Yeah, I mean, Nouns off to a pretty hot start, which was the case yesterday as well. I think the first half ended at 9-6 in favor of Nouns, and that wasn't really the problem for TeamOne. The problem was when they switched over to the opposite side and only won 2 rounds in the second half, and Nouns just ran away with it and won 16-8. Well, let's hope for TeamOne's sake that they can find their answer here on Inferno, although it hasn't been the greatest of maps for them. Maluk is going to catch off Carson, who's just hunting, and Nouns generally just want to try and take guns out of the hands of TeamOne, and it's not a bad idea. Right?
Yeah, they
getting
just got
money,
the
punishing the economy, right?
Don't want to keep them alive for too much longer anyway. Flashbang in. Ooh, they got a pretty good read on this. Pacedelo. Don't think he's getting away with this one. Yeah, down he goes. Well worth sacrificing another Mac 10. You even get an upgrade out of that, so they hunt down an upgraded rifle. And Nouns now moving forward with a clean board on the other side.
Yeah, and I mean, talking more about Inferno for TeamOne, right? They did defeat Vendetta here, although it was labored at times, you know, in order to get to that victory, 16-10 at the end of it. And against Strife, same story earlier on in this qualifier. Yes, they won, but it was very tightly contested, 16-14. And overall, over the last 3 months, 7-6 with a -13 round differential. And this one's going to be quick. Now they're charging up right down the middle. Marky's going to get 1 and trade it out immediately. I think Marky was just trying to open up some space.
Yeah, you said Nouns are charging up, and really it was just Marky charging
yeah,
up.
Yeah, true.
That guy said, I got a spawn for this. Let's sprint up mid with a Mac 10. I can smell the ecos. That's what an NA player's sense of smell is attuned to. You know, they talk about like different animals, like dogs have 10,000 smell receptors or whatever. NA players have 1,000 smell receptors, but they're all trained to eco frags, and this one could have led them astray. They go where their nose goes, but now in towards the pool, everybody's dropped the over-eagerness, and this one leaves Carson in a clutch. It's going to require a 4K out from him. These players are still unarmored. They should falter quickly, and he's reading this nicely. How's the time to get around the corner?
Yeah, he needs to grab that bomb.
Well, that's going to require him killing everybody, I think, at this point. That's just going to be the reality of the situation. Drop a smoke here to isolate the fight. That's the right read. IDK doesn't have it. Isn't willing to face in. He can do it. 30 seconds is enough time. He's made his way down banana. And yeah, he's just going to leave.
Sprint very shortly. There we go.
He'll win this foot race. Even if they start rotating now full force, he beats them here. He gets the bomb plant down, and he gets his gun out before they get around the corner. And they don't even know. They don't know whether to commit or what. They don't know whether he's bought them off.
But they have upgrades
no one's
now.
In the sight. Plants down. Can Carson win this? Bail his team out of a very silly situation.
They picked up guns, though, Mike.
They did, but look at the initiative that he's taking. Wrapping around here, battling in towards short. Where do they read his position? First one dropped. Now he can just play off the tap. There's no utility. There's no kid. It has to be the full 10 second, and he is not taking this bait whatsoever.
Wow, Carson. What a bold play.
Playing it like a master right now. Moms isn't even going to defuse. He didn't have time. Moms has lost the round.
Wow, Carson. Just wow.
Patient fisherman. He knows. You know, that first nibble on the bait. That's not enough. Just that first little ripple. He's going to wait till he's really hooked them and make sure they got the round. Still, that was a huge wobble for Nouns. That was ridiculous that they got into that situation in the first place. Yeah. Really chasing after those kills a bit hurriedly. I know there's a lot of momentum, a lot of excitement coming through from Nuke, but maybe time to settle down because Carson just had to bail them out of a very, very weird situation.
And Marky's not usually the player who makes those impatient plays, right? He's usually the one who's always stoic and waits and bides his time, and that time he just full sent it with the Mac 10. Like you said, I think he just really liked his spawn and was trying to get some money with the Mac 10, and that's kind of what threw them for a loop. bwills, though, takes down Case. Oh, Mobs gets 2 back! Oh. It's calmed down. Carson traded Mobs 3v3. And that's some pretty good control of Banana. Once that Molotov fades, IDK doesn't want to give it to them, though. He jumps up, gives away his position, throws the smoke. He's going to have to back off. Kind of trapped here towards sandbags. Carson looking for the frag, doesn't get it. IDK full blind. Finds Carson and gets CJ afterwards. No straight comes through. Did he get the final one? No, but his teammate will. What a sequence. Madness. And only, I think, 50 seconds into that round before it was over.
Masterful bit of micro from IDK. Masterful bit of micro. And here's the problem with that ridiculous round in the prior. Only one player survived there. So what should have been a pretty healthy buy going into this one's probably going to be Tech9s? Maybe? Oh, they're going in.
On the hero, AK.
Yeah, they're going in. They've got Tech9s. This suits their pacier style of play they've been showing so far. Going to keep the pressure up onto TeamOne. And I mean, knowing what we know from Nouns, I don't feel comfortable if I'm TeamOne against this at all.
No. Definitely not. That Molotov did not hit the mark.
All good, though. No one's there. Look at TeamOne, giving so much respect into this round, knowing how Nouns like to pick up the pace here, knowing how they like to go for the faster plays. Smokes are going to come in. This is going to section things off. This is going to ruin the sight lines. The Molotov's down, though, but they can risk going through it. It actually didn't land where they were expecting it to. Now this player's in towards the site. The balcony swept away, and they got a good read on the other spots. This player hit dead. Marky's got these kills. This is a save already. This is a save for TeamOne. Just pistols, a single rifle, and Marky marches into the site and kills 2.
This is Nouns' foot on the gas pedal, flooring it all the way. They're not stopping.
Bro, this is beyond a foot on the gas pedal. They put a brick on that thing, and they're not stopping.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Wow, what a torrid pace they have set here to kick off Inferno, and I think, like you said, they just want to carry on from where they were on Nuke on their T side and continue to give TeamOne very little room to breathe, and they're so good at exploding quickly into these rounds.
It's suffocating to play against when you feel like you can't slow them down. I mean, TeamOne, their entire setup in that last round was to try and hold off, to try and avoid getting surprised by the fast pistols in, by the fast play in, and they still cannot hack it. Oh, such a nightmare team to play against Nouns can be.
Yeah, they're overflowing with confidence now as well. I mean, they took map 1, which they probably didn't even expect to do. And now they could end this right here on Inferno. They're feeling good.
They're feeling very good. Saving the background in the last round, rather. Gives them some space here. Oh, Maluk. I don't think that molly covers off as much as you think it does. He didn't get checked. He didn't get checked, so he gets away with the ult mid peek. Early info. Necessarily actionable. They're going to contest with top banana. And it's right back into the default for TeamOne. Went for that cheeky peek. Can sustain it. Critically here, John, there's smokes.
Yeah.
And actually, there are Molotovs. Those go back and get retrieved. They were left outside the church. There's 2 here for pace and mobs. That's a big piece. Big detail.
Yeah, Cynic. Oh, Cynic. Hello. That's a team kill. Molotov from Carson takes down Cynic. Will it make a difference? We'll have to wait and see. bwills immediately takes down Mobs. Pesa is going to do a ton of damage. That's a 2K. Carson managed to get it back. That will be a plant. I thought Maluk would connect there. Even that one was close. But there's the bomb plant and a nade dropping IDK down to 72.
Oh, they're watching.
TeamOne immediately.
Something rattled them. Something rattled them. They were going to go for the late flower pots boost, but Marky was just watching it. What is happening right now? Out of position.
I'm not sure.
Nouns wanted to fight forward. Now they're fading into the post plants. I'm going to be an issue here. Hits galore on the site, so they will have the 5-second defuse. Now the hits coming through. These shots need to be lethal. That's a big one. That's a big one. The lineup is there. Is there enough time? I think he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. Wow.
Nouns are playing these last few rounds like their hair's on fire.
Yes. It's pandemonium, and honestly, I love it. This is like some really exciting Counter-Strike that Nouns are bringing forward, and they got the bomb plant there. They had an interesting post plant. The thing is, Carson, it seems like he's never out of a round at this point. Yeah. He gets 2. Can't finish off the 3rd, but man, oh man, TeamOne are just biting their nails. They're probably super nervous every single round, and they can't get an economic footing. Look at the buy up here. They won the previous round, but again, they have an MP9, a FAMAS, not full util. Yes, you have the off in play. Look at Carson. He's just pushing up. They're going aggressive once more.
They're starting to get a feel for this pace, though. They're starting to get a feel for this pace. Nouns just don't seem to have an ability to pump the brakes. And
now they are.
The longer this happens, the more TeamOne is punishing it.
Yeah. One thing from that previous round as well that I was questioning TeamOne on for a moment, but I ended up liking it, is that they took a step back and said, whoa, we have util, we have a chance to go out here. Oh, we're going to see a fight happen. Good flashbang thrown by Pesa, and Malbs going to take down Cynic and then falls off again. But yeah, they just reset themselves and said, we don't have to rush this retake. Let's take it at our pace instead of theirs.
This is something we were talking about last night when we were talking about Nouns. High variance Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
You are running a lot of really risky plays in this one. You're going absolute balls to the walls in the early round to try and catch TeamOne off guard, which is great if you get that initial pick because it throws the site into chaos. You've got players out of position, you got rotations coming in, maybe the utility's not all right there. But if you don't, well, GG go next.
This adjustment is good. There's only 2 players on the A side. This is technically a 3v2 onto A in favor of Nouns. Now 3v1. CJ. They could get a plant here. TRK, the linchpin to their plans. 23 seconds left on the clock. He's just hiding behind the smoke now. I think it'll be enough. Oh, maybe not. CJ got Maluk. Marky drops TRK. Oh, no. It's a 3v2.
CJ's kills unreasonable in this one. Now they got the post plant positions already. CJ again has a powerful spot here at Graveyard. He's got more. He's got it all. 4 kills for CJ. Just a sledgehammer demolishing their way into the site. And you saw him stare at that op and say, no, we're playing pacey Counter-Strike right now. Ain't nobody opping.
No ops needed here on the Nouns side. They want to get AKs across the board. And this is typically what a lot of teams will do on Inferno because you can have so many quick rotations back and forth across the map. Sometimes an op is just not really that helpful. So they're going to go with the AKs and keep that pace, as you mentioned, at a high gear. In high gear, I should say.
It's just the pistols here. We saw them nearly drop around to the pistols previously.
Yeah.
They needed Carson to apply the Heimlich for that particular almost choke. But
what?
They're gonna chill in this one. And Marky's not sprinting up mid against pistols.
It's just also Nouns, like, I gotta give him credit for the adjustment towards the A site, right? It wasn't red at all on TeamOne's end. Cynic's gonna get 1 and a second. This round's over. But yeah, just a fantastic adjustment in a situation where it was a 3v5. turned it on its head. Oh, Carson, even on the anti-eco is looking great.
You can't catch your breath if you're TeamOne. 6 rounds already found on this T side.
Neither can we.
They're abusing their setups right now. That's just the pistols, but it just reflects how eager they are to get into the fight. They have smelled blood in the water, and the Sharks, they're circling. All right, TeamOne, another chance to apply a tourniquet here. Get back into the game. Not often you see the CT side immediately deploying brackets smoke.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just
usually you wait for contact
coming through.
Yeah, I think we've had 8 rounds in 15 minutes, Mike. That is very fast paced.
I think Nouns want an early night.
Yeah.
They can smell the barbecue sauce in the air. They can feel the sweet Texas bluebells on their skin.
Here they come again.
They're ready. Going to this B hit. It's a very passive hold for TeamOne. They're going to bring the 3rd player over, though. That's Maluk. What kind of utility they got on site? Just flashes. Just flashes, and barely any of those. Nice first kill. Second as well. The setup is good. It's more passive hold has yielded results. No Molotovs for the back of sight here for Nouns. Has caused serious problems. Now they need these kills. The timing is there, but 3 all in the blink of an eye. It doesn't matter how the initial results are. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the push. And somehow Nouns just keeps absolutely flipping these sites when they need the most.
I mean, all 3 players clearing perfect angles. Yeah, flower pots could be critical here for TeamOne. It's not watched.
He's playing on the lip of first oranges. This is such an off angle, trying to catch the player coming through from banana. He's actually going to see the elbow of TRK. Carson sniffs it out first. Now he's got the read. How do you expect that angle?
This is just disgusting.
They TeamOne every advantage. That was a 5-on-3. They had all the positioning. They had the flashes. They had the player coming through smoke, and it just doesn't matter.
It's the second 5-on-3 in 3 rounds that Nouns have turned around. That time they just kept on running into B until they found a way through. And what was most impressive, like I was trying to say, is that all 3 players knew exactly where they needed to look, exactly where they needed to clear. Split-second decisions. All 3 of the TeamOne defenders on B go down. Yes, CJ gets traded, but it doesn't even matter because every single player does their job. And there's Carson again. They are not stopping. Carson, opening frag on IDK in the first 15 seconds. And TeamOne are trying to react to this, but I mean, what do? They're rotating back to A, and Nouns are already going towards B.
I just like that read from Carson. He saw the player on the left. It was Pesa jump spotting, right? And as soon as he sees the guy jump spotting, he doesn't focus his crosshair on that angle. He flicks over to the right, anticipating that a player is going to peek from porch, trying to get him while he's chasing the jump spot. It's just they're in the flow state right now. Nouns are locked in. In their minds, they're already in that spot in Dallas, and now they're just trying to make that visualization a reality.
Wow, they're going to be an exciting team to watch at Dallas. I can tell you that. Assuming they make it.
If they make it,
it's not done yet. It's not done yet.
If they don't make it, folks, if they drop this map, John has cursed them.
No way.
He has enacted his deep 1.6 voodoo. He's brought it to bear.
Okay, come on.
That's a nice nade.
TeamOne wins this round, then
they won't be winning this round.
Yeah, okay. I'll get a little scared.
You're going for the rotate off. No problem. 30 seconds. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Maluk's going to come through the smoke. Luke's going to die. Just one man. He's been seen over here, so no problem with the bomb plant. And CJ will just win it outright. Why not?
Look, I'm just calling it like I see it, Mike.
What I see is that nobody on the Noun side has died more than 6 times for 10 rounds in.
Exactly.
Majority of them have only died, I mean, 4 or 5. Let's see, what do we have in total deaths? We have 24 deaths through 10 rounds. Slightly more than 2 deaths a round.
Wow.
That's what I'm seeing right now. Domination is on display right now from Nouns, and TeamOne are just very much struggling to keep pace.
Interesting point. is that, yeah, Team One have not taken any timeouts, Mike, at all, to try and stop this pace. And here they come again. Look, bwills is already at the top of Banana. Team One don't know what to do about this. They're trying to throw utility to stop them, but now it's right in their face. So say, what, do we even challenge? Do we even bother anymore? Because they continue to push out.
Here's the thing that Nouns have just realized. It's a great read. Because normally, frequently, teams will float a third person over towards the B defense early on to throw the utility for the other two. And because they were so quick into taking that control and contesting it, they're like, all right, that third guy's going to stick around for longer. We're going to have the soft side on A, throw the execute, immediate lickety split. We're going into a minute 10 on the clock, and 2 executes have already been thrown. And now, I mean, how do you keep up with this pace? Maluk in the pit, he is the last hope here. He's going to get one. A second as well. Needs to do more. Oh, Maluk is going Super Saiyan. Another 2v3. Make that just a clutch with CJ, but they line up. They line up for him. And again, this just swings. On a dime, it turns. Oh, did he spot? Did he spot? He's got the right read. So. He's got the right read. I don't think he's seen him just yet. Now he has. Oh, now he has. Now he knows. And he's away. IDK in the clutch, no kit. Full 10-second defuse. And a Molotov's going to ruin his day.
It's perfect.
Oh, it's pixel perfect. IDK knows he needs his fight. CJ knows he has the time to reposition if he wants it. IDK's coming into the right fight, but it just doesn't matter. He's just too good. A 1v3. They stack up in Porch. And CJ looks like he's kicking back and sipping some lemonade.
What do you do? What do you do if you're Team One? I mean, like, that's another 3v1. The second one so far in this match. They've had the 5v3 twice. They've had the 3v1 twice. They're not winning the rounds.
No, I mean, they've been needing that explosive play, right? I mean, even the initial call, right? The initial hit with 5 alive on both sides in towards A. It's a brilliant fast read, fast, snappy response, like just abusing the rotation from Team One. Agree. They get the first kill. Maluk pulls off the hero play from Pit. Incredible performance, and they still can't seal the deal. And even when things break your way for Team One, it's falling apart. It's crumbling. This is relentless. This is just. I don't even think Team One are playing badly.
No,
I just think they're getting bullied.
It's impressive what Nouns are doing right now, to say the least. TRK's gonna walk in like one. There's one, not the second. Traded out. Marky is able to put a stop to TRK's attempted heroics. And yeah, you do need a player to stand on their head to try and stop this, and that's what Maluk did. So you think, oh, finally, it's done. But CJ, they line up for him. That round was wild, and it's been only one of many wild rounds. Wild performances here from Nouns. Dallas just going to get naded to oblivion here at Car. B site free and clear for the taking. Nouns are going to still be pretty methodical here and clear out their angles, but here comes the util. They're going to execute in. Marky, trying to drop down, and Maluk headshots him before he can even plant his feet on the ground. That's an AK upgrade. I'm
going to tell you this right now, though. I think Nouns did their homework on Team One after the last matchup. In particular, they look. So here's the thing about that Pesa kill. They're going to save these guns. They're going to have money going forward. But the thing about that Pesa kill car, that's exactly how Team One likes to play when they play the one and then the stack on the other side. Is Pesa jump spots car. So I don't even know if they saw him, but because they had shown presence towards A, they make the assumption that they've brought the numbers over, and they just pre-fire and nade at the same time Car, instantly killing Pesadelo with no chance for him to even call for assistance. It's, I think Nouns did their homework prepared for this one.
You have to wonder, I mean, they had the advantage, right? Well, the other team needs to prep and play a little earlier. They could have been watching demos with Semptis, right? And saying, okay, what do we do here? What have they done to counter us? And CJ is going to delete Maluk. So Maluk is just trying to get an upgrade. But yeah, it's very possible. Sure, there's not a lot of time to do it, but it seems like it. The way they're playing is, in particular on Inferno, right? Nuke, I think they just finally got things together on their T side. It looked pretty similar on the CT side. But yeah, either way, Inferno, they are reading them like a book. And a lot of really impressive clutches too, Mike. We can't take that away from Nouns.
Oh, this would look wildly different if Carson didn't bail them out of an almost pistol round loss.
Yeah.
And, you know, if then CJ didn't pull off an improbable 1v3. This could look very different in a lot of moments. But what Nouns are doing is they're applying so much pressure that in those tense moments, Team One are panicking.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of the pressure gameplay.
I think Team One have been panicking since the end of Nuke. Like, there were 3 rounds in a row where it just looked like Team One were lost and didn't really know how to play against Nouns, and it's continued on here.
You know that, so TRK's position right now, the spam that you can do in towards the apartments,
Yes.
I wonder, so the flashbang that was thrown for Carson to clear in towards Boiler, every time you heard that flashbang, you just spammed. I wonder how effective it would be. I'm curious about that. It's not effective, though. I'll tell you that much. Oh, he's just going to go through. He catches him with nades out.
Yep.
How do you expect that pace? The nade will get a kill. Oh, my goodness. This is swung back the other way. A 2-on-3. But now, look, they've abandoned B. They've got the right read. They're headed in towards the site. That smoke gives it up, and it doesn't extinguish the flames. It's only a little bit of tickle damage here. That kill had to come through, and Pesadillo finds the perfect timing. Finally, a timing breaks the way of TeamOne.
Oh, my goodness. TeamOne are like, okay, we finally won an advantage, right? We finally closed out the round. Good job by Pesa, though. Nice little transfer there. Unfortunately for now, it's just a weird situation where they throw the smoke into the molly, but it doesn't completely diffuse it, so it kind of offsets their positioning a little more than they would like, so they can't get into the site. They don't have any smokes left for the cross, and after that, well, it's done. So still an absolutely ridiculous first half coming through from Nouns at 10 rounds secured already, but TeamOne could make this one at least respectable by winning out here. And it looks like, oh, Nouns, they're not slowing down. Look, bwills is already up here. The smoke is out. He tries to take a fight, will go down. Malb's challenging effectively, but here comes the nades, the util as well. Malb needs to be careful. Don't get caught with util in your hands. This is, I mean, the way Nouns have played, keep your gun out.
Certainly, but it feels like TeamOne might finally be catching their breath.
Yes.
Finally finding a bit of an answer to the relentless pace of Nouns. Slower up the banana they creep now, expecting positions to be held perhaps by one. It's been given over though. Waste some time clearing this, and 3 players towards this B site. It's not a bad setup. IDK has a single flashbang he can throw and a nade in towards the pool. He can do some serious damage here from the cross. He's actually waiting for the nade early on. Little early. Not expecting this slower pace of play, and who can blame him? It's been light speed all the way through. Dagger damage, Malls from New Box deleted. Chase Halo under pressure. Marquis. That's nothing, but CJ certainly does. His hair has been on fire. He's been playing like a madman. An advantage again for Nouns. I'm going down. Carson will catch a nade for his efforts, but he is going to get that C4 secured. And now, thinking about the last round, I mean, there's a world, right, where TeamOne save. They need rounds. They need rounds, so they're going to risk it.
I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them for risking it at this point, but you do have an op in Maluk's hands. That would be so valuable in the next round. He hits the shot. Here we go. Carson down 2v2. Maluk needs one more here, and he needs TRK to get into position beyond the op of Cynic. Oh, Cynic's playing it so well, but his teammate's down. It's all up to him. He hits a shot onto Maluk. TRK's trying to stick the defusal.
Oh, he doesn't believe. He doesn't believe. That's the move. Pros don't fake, as they say, and TRK will not give him the opportunity.
Oh, man. Wow. I mean, Nouns changed up the pace of play a little bit there, like you mentioned, going a little bit slower, but once they go out, they're so explosive. Unreal stuff. TeamOne, 4th round. Like I said, if they get 5 here, it's okay. You know, you can recover. Even 4, right? It's better than the situation they were in before.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a battle.
Progression.
Pesa wanted to set the pace in this one, and Carson is not interested. Malbs is trying much the same. They're going to hear this. They know he's here. Amazing. He gets one fully blinded up, but the trade still very much puts the favor in the hands of the T's. IDK? Oh, IDK.
Marky's waiting for this if he goes out.
He is indeed. Desperation here, perhaps, for TeamOne. Now, Nouns can just group and deathball in towards the site. Whichever one they pick, it's maximum of 2 defenders. Maluk's going hunting. They're all in mid. This could work. He's got the first. No one close enough for the trade. They know the ops here. Do they just leave, or do they try and fight this?
I say they leave. It looked like Carson wanted to leave, but it looks like they tried to fight.
Utility in hand.
Utility
oh,
no!
They've got it all. Trying to chase that op, trying to pressure on. Now Carson's in the clutch. 50 seconds.
This is wild.
Knew both players' position. But if he tries to get around...
No, they're going down mid now. He's stuck.
He's got the shot, and TRK quicker on the trigger, so a 5th round found one will give themselves just enough to make a go of it here on Inferno.
Dodging all lanes like we supposed to. I just run the play like we supposed to. Gotta win it all like we supposed to. Dominate the game like we supposed to. Dodging all lanes like we supposed to. I just run the play like we supposed to. Gotta win it all like we supposed to. Dominate the game like we supposed to. Dodging all lanes like we supposed to. I just run the play like we supposed to. Gotta win it all like we supposed to.
Yeah. Okay. Take us and save us, man. The money will never change us, man. Change us, man. Yeah. Nobody can save you but you. Believe in them schemes if you want to. Self-motivation is a virtue, and the lack of that can truly hurt you. I just want to give you the tools to thrive in a world so cold against you and I ain't perfect, nowhere near it, but I will share what was shared with me when I didn't want to hear it. Law of attraction, yeah, thoughts become things. So monitor what you think about it does bring good and bad vibes to fruition. I can lead you the truth, but I can't make you listen. No. It takes us to save us. The money will never change us. We gon' do what we major. Gotta grind till it take all the pain away. It takes us to save us. The money will never change us. We gon' do what we major. Yeah. Gotta grind till it take all the pain away. And that's all facts, that's raw rap. Pushing buckets, still trying to find my way to the lack. Pushing my pen, still trying to get rich off rap. Pissed off at the oversaturation of that. Passionate about the craft, throwing away the trash. Tunnel vision with this, hoping that I don't crash. Planning for my success, only thing keep me stressed. Gotta do it the best, nothing more, nothing less. Never with the fugazi, try to play me, I'm cool. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a fool. Calculating my moves, execute with precision. Separating myself, gotta keep it consistent. Nothing too heavy to lift, no mountain too high to climb. Exceed expectations every time I write a rhyme. You see it, this what hard work look like. We don't know failure, out of mind, out of sight. Like it takes us to save us. The money will never change us. We gon' do what we major. Gotta grind till it take all the pain away. It takes us to save us. The money will never change us. We gon' do what we major. Gotta grind till it take all the pain away.
Saddle wait to start another round. Millie on my wrist, I bust it down. King in my city, wear the crown. Got a check, need another now. I can never get enough. Woo. Yeah, that's right. I can never.
Well, it was looking like complete devastation, but a late rally here for Team One might just give themselves the toehold to compete. The toehold that they need to make a real game of this one. Gonna have to find out. Second half pistol would certainly go a long way to making that a reality. Nouns, though, not going to be as able to dictate the pace here in the second half, Sean.
I think they're still going to go for aggression, though. Maybe not here, but once they get the guns out, I think they're going to challenge quite often towards mid and down it. And banana, of course. Anyway, Team One, they're much more methodical on their T side. You're not going to see the same pace that Nouns were setting. There's no way.
They showed a little presence top banana, but that's likely just to hold this rotation if it is indeed coming through. It seems like they want to threaten brackets. Sort of the classic. Take banana control, take brackets control, but this time they're executing on towards A. That's going to start to bring the rotation over. Marky's got a smoke to deploy. Jamali for the pit. He's got it out. That's the read. Wanted to peek ahead of it. Flashes nearly did him in. I know they have to deal with Marky in the pit, but he's still going to get his one. He's looking for more as well. Not quite able to find it. A cacophony of kills come through, and the bomb is now down. Still, we've seen these advantageous situations slip away from Team One before. Plenty in the first half. This one would be improbable, though, and bwills laid low should seal this deal. Carson was incredible in half number one. 20 kills in 15 rounds, but he's another 4 here. In time, well, it's going to elude him.
Just keep the armor. That's his mission right now, and he's out of here. So, TeamOne get the immediate victory here as we head into the second half, and they're down to only a 4-round deficit. Oof. Considering this was 10-2, they're probably feeling pretty good about themselves. Carson, could get chased down in the end, and will. No armor saved. That's not too big of a deal.
Armor indeed.
Oof. If TeamOne come back, this is going to be crazy, Mike.
Prepare to get weird.
You know, to be honest with
be.
you, the way that first half ended was similar to the way Nouns were winning every single round up until that point, but TeamOne finally were able to take a 2-man disadvantage and win it. So that's got to feel good. You're building momentum into the second half.
Yeah, you certainly are. You certainly are. And I mean, look, 5 rounds is plenty on Inferno.
Yeah.
This is very much anyone's game.
But usually you'd be saying that about the T side getting 5 rounds.
Man.
Being enough, right?
That's not the meta anymore.
I don't know.
T round set the pace. T side set the pace on Inferno. It's been that way for a bit.
Okay. I mean, I still feel like there's a slight CT edge, but, you know, things are shifting a little bit.
I don't think the numbers agree with you.
Okay, well,
let's find out. Let's see how this one plays out, John. Things could get spicy.
Challenging me on the numbers, Mike. All
yeah,
right.
I know. It's a risky bet. You are the numbers guy, but this one I feel strongly about.
Okay.
Confident about. Pasadelo, confident that that nade does not feel good, and the spam through even worse. Carson playing the angles. Gonna get an opener here. And TeamOne doesn't know which way to go. The bomb's still towards mid. They want to threaten A, but this stack hasn't moved off. They've got the numbers, and we know how deadly this team is with the pistols, rather.
Yes, exactly.
35 seconds. Time's going to be such an issue. They've got a single smoke and a flashbang to get this going. That's the smoke. So on goes the flashbang. Preemptive smoke drop for Marky, and they don't expect the player on the balcony. They line up for him. CJ's got 2. He'll be overwhelmed, but so much time delay. The player's still alive, and Pitt Carson flying through. That might be enough. Is there even a safe haven for Maluk to plant this bomb? They're going to try it. Oh, and they don't dare to go through the smoke for once. They respect a smoke, a 1v1. No health here. Headshot required. And he's got it. The last bullet in the gun, John. The last bullet in the damn gun.
Oh my goodness. These rounds couldn't get more exciting. I love it. Maluk gets the headshot from headshot. Oh, goodness me. Like you said, last bullet in the gun. It felt like Nouns were going to pull that one back with the force buy, but it just doesn't happen, and TeamOne squeaked through with the 7th. It is expensive. You see that in terms of the economy they have left here going to the round, but the good news for them, I think, is that it's only pistols on the other side for Nouns. 4 USPs, the nade for Carson, and the P250 for CJ. They are going to stack up here towards bracket. Only 1 player on B. That's Carson. He's already been naded down to 43. And I think TeamOne are making the right decision here. Should they continue their trek down to the B site, this round will likely be over very quickly. Oh, wait a second. Nouns, they're getting aggressive. Going down mid. Getting it on the flank. If TeamOne slow up too much, no, it should be fine.
He's ready for it now. He's in towards logs. Likely still going to get overwhelmed here. This is going to be a tough one. And he is indeed dead. So let's see if they can get this AK out of the round. No. A little bit more damage. Doesn't ultimately matter.
Yeah, no, I thought TeamOne could have gotten stalled out there towards top of banana. Then it would have been super problematic, especially if no one's watching it. But the fact that Maluk backs off, he's ready for a flank. They are very intelligent about the way they play it at that point. So there you go. 8th round picked up for TeamOne, but here comes the true test. The first full buy for Nouns here on their CT side of Inferno. Really gold long well yesterday. Once they got their feet under them. 3 M4s, 2 A1Ss. We haven't seen the op pretty much at all in Cynic's hands, right? It's been AKs across the board on their T side. We'll see if he gets it here on CD side. Carson going to go for the fight at banana. He drives off Malps temporarily, but TeamOne, they seem to be committed to at least trying to challenge this. Yeah, they're not going to give up. I'm still at the bottom of T ramp.
group up. Seems like they want to approach the A site, and I mean, it's the right time to do so. Reposition coming in here for Nouns. Bit of utility still available with Marky forcing himself into the bedroom. Oh, that's
what?
A bold fight. The flash actually caught, but he just couldn't get the kill himself. Caught Marky a little bit too much. Now CJ's trying to force the issue, trying to force the fight, and that's ambitious. This is, again, Nouns trying to match that pace of play, trying to take the aggression, but they're just getting deleted right now. And that's going to force a save out. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah.
And in this round, the sword is not Nouns' friend.
A double-edged sword. For Nouns, yes. Lots of sword analogies, but suffice to say, Nouns, the aggression has not yielded much so far on their CT side, trying to take the fights again and again against TeamOne, but man, they look sharp now on their T side. 9 rounds picked up, only 1 round, believe it or not, separating these two squads. Since it was 10-2, TeamOne have won 7 rounds in a row. What a recovery. Especially the way they were losing some of those rounds. A lot of teams would just buckle under the pressure. Not TeamOne.
No, certainly not. I think those last few emboldened them. Built it back up, and I mean, starting off on the right foot always does help. We haven't seen the economy stabilize yet for Nouns, but see what they got to show here, right? Upgraded pistols, the 2 M4s. I mean, this is potentially a lethal buy. They've got 2 utility sets. They split those up to either site. No, they'll play both on B. So the stack on A, but just with the pistols, the rifles, all in position here. And Nate's sailing their way. TeamOne wants to bring the pressure.
Feels like TeamOne are playing like Nouns here. It's not the usual TeamOne patience, kind of, you know, waiting around, biding a lot of time.
This is a bit of what we saw from them last night in terms of taking this control top banana, taking the control brackets, exerting some pressure, and then maybe sitting and whittling out some clock.
Right.
I think a concern for TeamOne right now definitely has to be about trying to avoid a situation where Nouns get to take the initiative. And for Nouns right now, they've gone for the full stack on A. Mom's moving to the right side, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, they just want to take that aggressive control banana.
Right, do they just move in? I mean, this is probably just a done deal. Yeah. Save the armor, save the weapons. If you're Nouns, it's over.
This is going to get the info. Yeah, they're going to.
Pesa doesn't get caught. He's probably going to get caught. Yeah, and there it is. That's an extra gun to save into the next. Or, unless the man advantage with 3 rifles, the bomb not planted just yet. Nouns is really thinking about this. Oh, they're thinking hard. I think he could be tempted straight into it. I mean, at the very least, they could do a very good job of preventing one from getting any guns out of this round.
I kind of like it.
Win it.
But you got to go. You have 2 kits.
2 kits. That's an extra damage to it. That's a nice kill, even with the trade. Now they're moving in. Rifle's still up. They're spraying on down. The bodies are dropping. IDK and mobs. Someone needs to be the hero, and IDK has been knocked close. Does he realize he got on the plant? Does he realize he got on the defuse?
He's sticking it.
It's not one of the players with the kits, but they're going to get it. Is there time?
Yeah,
oh, right down to the wire. The kitless player gets her done. CJ sticking that bomb, and Nouns steal around.
Wow. What a risky call, but the reason I love it is because they were already on a very light buy-up. They had enough money in the tank to get a full buy in the following round regardless and say, look, we got 3 rifles. We've got a decent amount of util. Let's go. And it works out. Unbelievable. Nouns. As we mentioned, live by the sword and die by the sword. 11-9. They finally get around to this second half. And TeamOne, yes, they'll get a buy-up once more thanks to that bomb plant. They can't be feeling good about the way that one shook down. Cynic. Waiting. Marky's going to have a fight on his hands. Do they clear a balcony this time? Again, they're really overlooking on a consistent basis. Marky ends up going down in mini pit, but CJ found the frag right before that. Thing is, they're on the outside looking in, and the bomb is going to get planted here on the A site.
Based on what we've seen so far, you got to imagine Nouns are just itching to dive into this, but Oh, that's some good reads for the utility. Molotov going to put under pressure with the graveyard player. That's something they weren't expecting. Still 1-for-1 trading it. That's not bad. bwills.
Better.
Oh, laser beams into the pit now. Hey, Stalo, he's the linchpin player. They know about the Psych Eye. The pressure's already on, and they just clear it out. They just clear it out. The pace relentless once more. This is like they're playing Quayside, and now they can get the defuse on. No problem. Another round built in for Nouns. Nouns might actually be more comfortable in the retakes.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? They're just like, they're better off just kind of playing one player, two players on near the site, and if they go down, just wait for the retake to come through. Unbelievable stuff from Nouns. I'm just continue to be impressed with the way they've kept up this pace. 2 rounds in a row. Still enough money for TeamOne because they continue to get the bomb plants, but eventually it's going to run dry. That economy cannot be sustained forever. Loss bonus 2,400. If they lose this round without a bomb plant, it's problematic, and Cynic goes for the early peek towards mid and drops Maluk immediately.
Now 1 down in the early advantages. Done a decent job of getting openers and entries. This adds a different kind of pressure, and Nouns are content to fade back in towards their side holds. Again, they've shown how comfortable they are with the retakes. They don't mind giving this up if they have to.
Yeah.
Early on that Molly Markey. Here comes the hit.
He's excited.
He spots the players. No kill there. A rare misplay for Markey, but IDK walking through a smoke gifts them back the man advantage.
Nade. Ooh. Cynic down to half health.
They're gonna have to wait for Carson to get in a position to come in with them, but in the meantime, they've got these players barreled in. They want to go out apartments. They've got a little bit of extra time. They might actually use that. Wary that TeamOne could have taken the forward position. Them hemmed in. Here comes the pressure. Utility sailing in. There's no smoke for this Molotov, so TRK is forced out of the angle. Now pressure in the mini pit. 2 players here, but they're good for it. And that's
Works.
a great crossfire setup. Pace, Cedelo, and Malbs. Dynamic duo here. Hold on.
Wow. I cannot believe TeamOne's able to hold on like that. Nouns were putting so much pressure on. Util flashes, everything. They even mollied the player out of position over at pit and put him into mini pit, which left 2 players kind of exposed, but the crossfire was the difference maker with Pesa on the bomb site, delivering 2 critical frags, and Nouns cannot get back in. That means both teams are now in double-digit territory, as TeamOne have 10. Nouns still had a buy under their belts. Have the off back into Cynic's hands. There's a nade. It lands at the feet of Carson. He goes down to about 42 HP, but the utility was traded on back, and in fact, TeamOne got the worst of it with both IDK and Malbs at exactly half health. And they are not going to re-aggress towards Banana for the time being.
Stack here for Nouns. Got the read. Gonna fight for this side a little bit more than they have been. It looks like some presence arch. TeamOne with still a minute on the clock. They've shown this presence. A nade chases them.
Ooh,
damage is starting to look
that could have been
concerning.
worse. Yeah.
Cynic's got a molly. There are smokes. They could test this Molotov, and Cynic is very alone. Nobody's even close. No one's in the zip code, so he has to do as much damage as he possibly can to facilitate the retake.
Molly's important.
Oh, the shot goes wide. Molly goes down. They're going to test it, though. They're going to go through on him, and while he deals further damage, it's not significant. A lot of teams would save in this situation, and Nouns are one of them. They're getting down. They're getting out. They don't have the money to sustain this. If they lose the guns, TeamOne will close the gap to just 1 round.
I have to give TeamOne a lot of credit there. You know, they started to send it towards bracket. They've really heavily favored this A site over the last few rounds, and now they bought into it. They had 4 players waiting. The nade gets tossed. They continue to expect TeamOne to get there and leave Cynic to his own devices. And yes, he had the incendiary, and he threw it at a good time. The problem was they knew that he was really exposed, so they risked it, sent 1 player on through. Cynic goes down, and after that, I mean, the round is over. As we mentioned, everyone was out of position, and the save was the best call. 11th round picked up by TeamOne.
TRK says, "To heck with your flower pot." Let them know, TRK.
Okay.
No one gonna mess with you, including a flower pot. We read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, John?
Yes.
Little petunias, man. TRK just messed them up.
I don't remember that.
Reread it. Good book.
I should
Quick
reread it. It is. Yeah, I read it when I was in high school.
Pressure on here in towards mid. Maluk wants to open things up with the AWP. Shot goes a bit wide, though. Won't hit it on the second, and the nade damage, that's a little punishing. That was actually over towards Banana. In the meantime, TeamOne. Initial foray unsuccessful, but also not a body loss, so not too punishing. And Nouns, this is the most passive setup we've seen from them early in rounds. Usually they like to get some sort of an advantage or some sort of a fight before they fade in towards these site holds.
I almost feel like they play better when they have that fast pace, and now they're slowing down. And this is the way TeamOne wants them to play.
Yeah, forcing them to play a bit more disciplined CS.
Yeah.
Utility game.
That's when TeamOne gets the edge.
Nouns don't have the information about top banana. An extra cross smoke thrown. This is to draw the rotation. It's worked. Cynic's floating. But now the execute comes through, and Cynic didn't go too far. Molotov to keep the pace off on his team. Marky with his preemptive cover molly. He's been good at holding this. Now the hits coming in. CJ's got a gap in this one, and he's going to use it to lethal effect. Repositioning now. IDK could be pressured from the library here, and there's the walkout. This one's falling apart. TeamOne, they were trying to slow it down all round long, and now need to speed things up. Pastelo, though.
2v5. What's happening?
Huge. Problem is getting the bomb down. Marky still has pressure in pit, and Luke's trying to hold him at bay, and he succeeded. Threat of the op too much. Marky's just stuck here waiting for his teammates to get on the angles to help him out, and Pace is zoned in on this angle. Flashbang to set up the peak. Marky doesn't strike off of it. It wasn't good. bwills repositioning all the way through apartments. That's what's slowing them down. He went the long angle.
Gotta hurry.
This might work, but it's going to come down to the wire. They all have kits, so that's not a concern. Kills, rather, are Opper found. Now it's just Pacadillo on the site. They've got him dead to rights,
Well
and
done.
it's well worth the patience. Enough time for the defuse, and the round goes the way of Nouns.
Wow, extremely well done. It takes so much patience for Marky not to peek out of that right. He's like jiggling, do I go, do I go, do I go? And he just waited and waited and waited, knowing that his position was compromised, but trusting in his teammates' ability to get there in time and hit their shots. And that's exactly what happens. The Opera gets caught off, just looking down into library. And that's after that. Pesa is just stranded on the bomb site. Nothing he can really do against three players. He's good, but he's not that good in that situation. Really tough from three different angles to get the job done there. Maluk sees the barrel of the op. He knows someone's there, and luckily for Cynic, he backs off because he could have been dead to rights if he took a step more forward.
Always a very fast timer on that ult mid peak. Pressure on the top of Banana. They haven't seen anything just yet, but on the angle, Cynic posted up at the right moment. They thought it was clear. They thought Maluk could take the space, and instead, no, their Opera is down for the count.
I mean, just think about it. Cynic was top mid, and he full-on rotated towards the B side. They thought the op wouldn't be there. And now he's back towards A!
He's flying.
He's everywhere!
The rotator, that's exactly what they need from him, and that's exactly the way they want him to play. Utility's going to try and take him out of this round. And will succeed, but it actually just focuses him on the angle that they'd rather he wasn't on right now. That's the bomb. That's the bomb down on Porsche. There's still plenty of time on this, but TRK and Mobs, one of them's going to need to explode for a few kills here. They're going to find the gap that's currently not watched, but as more information comes through, actually Marky's posted on it, because of course he is. It's the one potential weakness. The back door into this site. There's utility out. I don't know about that one, Marky. Didn't expect it to be so close. But Mobs in the clutch. They're not going to give him the fight he so desperately craves.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bomb.
Oh, been down at Porsche this entire time.
Good molly.
Molly onto it. Player Balk. Just waiting for the moment they know Mobs is committed into this fight.
Yeah, nice shot, but not able to do much after that. Cynic gets a trade, and Nouns have just exploded up to 14.
These last two rounds have marked a departure for Nouns. Much more disciplined play, much more patient. They've calmed themselves down. They've regained their attention spans here. They've realized that these rounds they just need to gut it out and play the slow style. In that round, the 5v2, right?
Yeah.
Very disciplined. The way they take fights and not peeking and knowing that with the bomb down, they have mobs dead to rights. The only thing they can do is give him fights. That's his only way back into it. And we saw that last round as well.
Cynic floating back and forth between each bomb site so effectively. You have to almost wonder if he's intentionally kind of having the op barrel show so that they think that the op is going to be posted up there. Maybe, I mean, maybe I'm...
That would be 3,000 IQ chess piece going for the ult mid peak just to bait them into thinking you're there.
You can't underestimate what these players are thinking, right?
You can overestimate.
Yes, which I might be doing. But either way,
here's the hit.
Going to get one here. Yep.
It's good so far for the Nouns. That point looking like it's on the cards, but Pesa and IDK swing this. Still a man disadvantage, but they can pick up some guns, and this bomb's going to be planted before the retake can be on. Full belt of utility, though, for Marky and Cynic. The Molotovs, the nades, the flashes, these are going to sail on in, and that nade is brutal.
Okay.
Such a tough hold.
Yeah. Not easy at all. Especially, I mean, they're stacking up together. I don't know if I like this. Ooh, look, that Molotov goes in. They're trapped.
Mollied out. All about Nubox now. Reading the position. First one's found, but the trade is there. Do they expect IDK in the same position? They got to have an idea. Oh, he's been revealed. He's been revealed. They need his kill right now. There's no time. There's no time. He's won the round. He has won the round, and he'll get the kill to boot.
That's unbelievable. So in the end, a very good play. You know, stacking up both players at Nubox. Nouns didn't expect the second one to be there, and it was picture perfect. 12-14. TeamOne still not out of this one. And looking at the money, Nouns can buy here, and they will. It's going to be tight in terms of util and even guns. But they managed to pull it together enough, I would say. But need to be very careful with the way they pace the Molotovs and the smokes in particular, especially considering there's only one Molotov or incendiary here available to them in bwills' hands.
If they drop this, we're going to 30.
Yeah.
If they drop this, we're going the full 30 rounds, folks. Buckle up. It's looking like it's going to be a bumpy ride.
I mean, I don't know if I can call it just yet with how good they've been on the pistols, but Cynic!
They line up, they stack up. He doesn't even need to see them. He doesn't see either player. The timing shot, the collat, the angle just deletes them. And TeamOne, it sent reeling right off the rip into this round. They were lining up the nades, they're setting it up. They got every flashbang on point. The smoke, the molly to clear porch to set up the isolated angle. And Cynic just destroys everything with one mouse click.
Oh my goodness, Cynic. He's been so good.
They got a chance to redeem themselves here. It's all about the speed take now. It's all about the speed takes. bwills just has an MP9 from this angle. It's not a good fight, so he's going to reposition. They want to flower pots boost him, but that's way too late. Mobs has already passed the smoke, and they may not realize this on the pace. They don't realize this on the pace at all. They've let them in. It's going to be a 5-man retake. It's not a bad read. No one's watching. No one's watching. That's still a good trade.
4v2 though. And a flashbang. No util for TeamOne.
That's just rude. That's just rude. bwills can't be doing that to him. Identifies one player's position here towards the coffins. More information being gained. They're not going to waste the time. They don't want to run out of clock this time. Mobs, though, takes a huge kill. He's all alone, overwhelmed. Yeah. Map point, series point is found. No more blunders. This retake will not hesitate. They won't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, they go right on in, barrel forward, take down both players. Mobs always makes it a little scary, right? But he gets shut down in the end, and there it is. Nouns on map. And series point.
Qualifier.
They have 3 opportunities, yes, to qualify. Yeah, exactly.
One more round, John.
Wow.
Of these next 3 is all that they need to book a spot at the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas. To book their spot at the biggest Counter-Strike event we have on home soil. Join the likes of Liquid, Plexity, Evil Geniuses, and representing North America here in this tournament. They just need one more round. bwills, he wants to get it early, and he's going to get things started off. Taking down mobs, taking down the heavy hitter from the other side.
Not to mention, look at the buy-up right now for TeamOne. They don't even have enough money to get more than 1 rifle.
Yeah, it's meager.
It's pistols.
It's all going to be about the smokes as well. They got a single Molotov, 2 flashes, but it's all about the smokes. Got to do the heavy lifting. Carson. You got the util to stall this out. Everything they throw that goes to waste is going to be so dearly felt.
Mm-hmm.
Split up.
Smokes.
Buddy system now. Trying to make some noise here towards A. Trying to draw something in terms of rotation, in terms of response, but there's no reason for Nouns to flinch. Got the numbers. They know it.
I mean, at least that smoke keeps 3 players on A, so that gives them a advantage going on the B site, but still, it's pistols up against rifles. And a nice crossfire setup between Carson and CJ.
Car smoke down. Molotov down. They're going to burn their second smoke on this. They are indeed. They're through. But Carson, he takes first contact, and now they haven't even revealed flower plots just yet. It's a massacre. One man survives. Maluk sprayed down through the smoke. He doesn't even get to see the foe who lays him low. Nouns do it in 2. The Nouns esports team has moved their way into the Intel Extreme Masters. They will get their chance at International Counter-Strike. They will get their chance at a top-level tournament for the first time. I mean, the RMR wasn't even at this level of competition yet. They didn't quite make it to the big stage. Now they have. Now they're going to get to play with the big boys. They're going to get to compete with the best the world has.